We all want to know how to sleep deeper, but sometimes our sleep can get completely off track and we find ourselves staring at the ceiling in frustration. I know, I've been there too. I'm Liis and welcome to Liis on Life. In today's video, I want to chat with you on ways of getting deeper sleep. And it all stems to going back to our childhood sleep routines. I'm going to share 3 phases with you of ways of getting a deeper sleep that your parents probably did with you, or if you're a parent right now, you probably are doing with your kids and you don't even realize it. You're doing it on a subconscious level. The first thing you need to do is set a schedule and know exactly how many hours of sleep your body needs. In a perfect world, do you know how much your body needs for your brain and your body to work at its optimal level on a daily basis? Now, obviously, if you have young kids or a baby or a lot of people in the house, this is going to be different for everybody, and you're not always going to get as much sleep as you need. But in a perfect world, how much do you need? And in reality, how much are you getting? Because if those two are significantly off, what tweaks are you going to make to change your schedule to try to go to bed earlier, to try to have a nap, to try to get that nourishment, that vitality that your body needs from sleep? Pick a bedtime. If you have a set schedule, has your bedtime sort of just fallen into place because you watch a certain show till a certain time at night, or you got used to doing things a certain way? Is your bedtime actually your bedtime because it's reflecting how much sleep you need, or is it a habit that you've fallen into? If so, tweak the time you go to bed. And if you find yourself staying up later and later and later, don't all of a sudden try to shave 3 hours off your bedtime, because you're just going to be staring at the ceiling being more frustrated. Thinking back to when you were a kid and it was summer and your parents would say, okay, we're getting the kids ready to go back to school. And what did they do? They started getting you going to bed a little earlier every night for a week or 2 before school till you're back on schedule. So give yourself some grace and some love and tweak your bedtime by maybe 15 minutes every night until you're down to the time that you want to go to bed. And if it's over several hours, be patient with yourself and know that every single night, even by 15 minutes, even by 10 minutes, you're lovingly tweaking your bedtime routine and you're getting back on track and you're getting more nourishment for your body, sleeping at night, and getting to the place you need to be. Incorporating what we did as kids, the second phase is the wind down phase. Part of winding down too is not right before you go to bed. It's the things you do for an hour or 2 before you go to bed. So you start subtly telling your brain, your nervous system, your entire body that I'm shutting down for the night, we're quieting down, and it's time to go to bed soon. One thing you need to know throughout the day that can affect your sleep is what is your caffeine intake and what is your cutoff time? How many cups of coffee or tea can you have? And when do you need to stop? And do you need to cut back on those and perhaps find another treat that doesn't have caffeine, or switch to a herbal tea or a decaf coffee? And like your parents told you when they said, don't get all riled up before you go to bed, don't do vigorous exercise before you go to bed either. You don't want to be pumping up your heart rate and your adrenaline when you're supposed to be calming down your entire system. So keep your exercise earlier in the day, earlier in the evening, and not right before you go to bed. Aim to change the stimulus that's coming at you a couple hours before you go to bed. If watching the news raises your anxiety levels, don't watch the news at night. Get your information through social media or online or on TV during the day. If, say, you're in the living room or another room or your office and it's 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed, can you start to bring the energy down? Can you dim the lights a little bit? Can you put a relaxing scent in a diffuser like chamomile or valerian or lavender or a combination of those? Things that will be relaxing to you. Is it possible to turn on the warm glow of a nice orange lava lamp in the corner of a room? Just little cues that your eyes will take in to know that it's time to start quieting down. Turn off the bright lights from your cell phone, from your computer, from your TV at least an hour before you go to bed, so that your pupils have a time to return to normal, so you don't find yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. When we were kids, one of the biggest bedtime rituals was bubble bath or having a bath. As an adult now, keep that tradition, but do something a little different. Try having an Epsom salt bath. If you take 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salts or a regular bathtub, you will find that the magnesium absorbs into your skin, which is a really relaxing, soothing thing for your whole entire body and your brain too. It's going to help you sleep deeper at night and sleep better. Try to have a couple baths a week and see how you feel. The third phase to help you sleep deeper is to create your sleep environment. So just like a little kid, what is your lights out time? Not the time that you stop watching TV or start brushing your teeth or getting into bed. What is your lights out time that you're officially lights out, I'm going to bed? You could read ahead of time, you could do a crossword ahead of time, but have a time in your head that is your lights out time. That might mean you get into bed an hour, half an hour, 20 minutes before this time and start really relaxing more to really unwind your mind and body to get ready for bed. And then when that lights out time hits, you know it's time to put your head on the pillow and get serious about sleep. As kids, most of us had story time before we went to bed, which happened as part of our unwinding phase till we fell asleep. So what's your story time? This might be quietly doing a crossword puzzle in bed at night, or it might be reading a self-help book. Instead of watching that action movie that's going to get your adrenaline going, maybe you're instead reading a novel that is an action story, but your body is absorbing that information in a calmer way. What kind of sounds can you play at night that will relax you and help you sleep? I personally love several guided meditations, and it inspired me to do some of my own, which I'll leave in the links below. I like when someone helps guide you and you don't have to think at the end of the night. Nature sounds are also amazing. 2 that I really love falling asleep to are ocean waves, because I find it's just very gentle, rocking you back and forth, almost like you're in a cradle being rocked to sleep by nature. I also love the sound of crickets. It takes me back to being at my best friend's house in Martinique in the hills. And as we go to bed, it's dark outside and it's beautiful, and all you can hear are crickets all around you. So is there a nature sound that you can find on an app or on a download that will lull you to sleep? Maybe it's the sound of a rainforest or of a creek, or simply of animals and creatures in a forest. Is there something that resonates with you that will help you fall asleep? Is your room dark enough for you? I recently replaced my drapes with blackout blinds. They were actually the least expensive blinds available at the store I got them from. It has changed my sleep dramatically. But for somebody else, you might like little twinkly fairy lights in the corner. It might make you feel safer and cozier. If you want something darker and you can't afford to, or you can't right now get new drapes or curtains or whatever it is, can you order a face mask and put that on to block out the light? What can you do to lessen the light in your room or make the light work for you in a way that makes you feel relaxed, makes you feel at ease, and makes you feel cozy? What is the perfect temperature in the room for you? For most people, they actually sleep better when it's a colder room, but I have lots of friends who like it extra toasty warm. So what works best for you? I was reading a lot about weighted blankets, and I thought, for now, I'm just gonna throw 2 duvets on my bed that I already had in my house and see how that works. It was a cooler room, and I had not 1 but 2 layers on me, and all of a sudden I slept so much better. So what can you tweak with the temperature in your room that makes it work better for your needs? Are you finding your sleep is interrupted by sounds? For example, I have birds near me that decided it's a really great time to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m., so I invested in some earplugs. They're very inexpensive and they work wonders. So if there is somebody that is on a different schedule than you, or something in your neighborhood that is waking you up before you're ready, please invest in some earplugs. They're so inexpensive and you can find them at grocery stores and pharmacies, and they will allow you to sleep until you need to be done sleeping, not when something or somebody else is waking you up. Nature provides us with so many wonderful aromas and scents that help calm us down before we go to bed. So consider spraying your pillow with lavender to help calm you down, or things like lavender, valerian, and chamomile. Mixtures of these are on their own in a mask that you can put on and absorb the smell of them. Sometimes these can be heated up, sometimes you just smell it on their own. You can put different essential oils on your temples, on your neck, or even on your feet, and then put on nice cozy socks to help calm your entire system down. There are many ways to infuse these scents into your room. You might even put them in a diffuser in the corner so that the smell wafts throughout your entire bedroom, calming you down. Don't bring your work into your bedroom on your laptop. Keep it in another space. Do your work in the living room, or do it in your office, do it somewhere else. Don't bring that energy into the one room that you really need to relax. Don't bring social media into the room either, or the news. Keep that into another space. A lot of us use our cell phones to wake up with an alarm in the morning. If possible, think of an alternate way to have a clock in your room to wake you up, so that you don't have to bring your cell phone into your room, that it truly can be a tech-free zone. Is your pillow helping you get a better night's sleep? Did you know that pillows are only supposed to be around for 1 to 2 years before you have to replace them? I try to stretch the longevity of my pillows by throwing them in the dryer every time I wash my sheets, just to keep them nice and fluffy. And do you know what kind of sleeper you are? Are you a back sleeper? Are you a side sleeper? Are you a stomach sleeper? Have you bought a pillow that suits the way you sleep? And each pillow comes in different grades as well, so you might have soft, medium, or hard. So once you find a pillow that works for you, make sure you keep the tag and know which store you bought it from and which company made it and the brand name of it. Because when it comes to replacing them a couple years from now, you're going to want to make sure you got the good pillow. Perhaps one of the most important things to getting a good night's sleep is your bed. And most beds are supposed to last between 7 to 10 years and up to 15. It's different for each company and each manufacturer. They all have different longevity levels of their beds. So check out what it would be for the particular brand you own. And if it's time to start looking into a new one, start investigating, start realizing what firmness or what softness works best for your body. I know I'm past due to get a bed, so I've started researching it. And I've reframed it in my head from, oh, this is an expensive luxury item, I shouldn't do this right now, to this is a necessary health and wellness item I need in my life right now. How am I going to make this work? So I looked at different companies, and a lot of them have monthly payment plans over a year, over 2 years, some are longer. So start doing research and realizing, do you need a new bed now? Or in how many years will I need a new bed? Can I start saving? Can I create a savings account and put a few dollars here so when it comes time to buy that new bed, I have the money available, because this is for my health and well-being. This is for me to sleep better at night so I can show up a better person every day. Thank you so much for stopping in to Liis on Life. I hope these ideas have given you some wonderful ways to get a deeper, better night's sleep. And if you have any methods that you've tried that help change your sleep patterns, please leave them in the comments below, because your comment can be a ripple of positive energy for somebody else. So until I see you again, stay healthy and stay happy.